Alright, we're live again. Is OBS going to stay active this time? Well, let's hope for the best. You know what they say? Onwards and upwards, though. I always forget that every time you, like, leave and come back, it makes you, like, punch something because you're big stupid. So I definitely want to rebuild this house. But I think I'm going to wait until I get into the dark woods some. Then I'm melting metal and stuff, so I can build my house around that. Give me an upgraded axe and everything, you know? I still need... I have the air bow, I have the spear, I have the tower shields. I just need to upgrade things. I can upgrade my bow. And the bow is just about the only thing you bloody well use when you're fighting the big bad boss in this one. I'll need bones and leather. Upgrade any further. Which I don't think I have any more bones. I don't. Do I have wood? I do have wood. So here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to put a little chest inside me home. It's going to have all the things that I know I need. Right in it. Like that and like that. I also want to move this up here. Cool. We're going to call that good. And I know there is a dungeon not so far away where I can go get me some bones. And that might be my first destination. I'm going to get like the smelting stuff. It is right out. Right out. There it is. I'm used to seeing missing's ping. But that's not what I'm seeing this time around because I'm named Mr. McCuddy. Because I'm stupid. I really need more airflow in this room I'm in. I want my axe here. This seems more natural to me. I'm not sure if that's because I used to always have my axe there or what's going on with that, but it definitely feels more natural. The music in this game still slaps and will always slap to me. Well, I wish I would have saw that deer before it ran away from me. I would have loved to have its hide. I don't really need to upgrade this armor and stuff, but I think I would like to. I think I want to, if for no other reason than to just do it, you know? Just do it! Oh, I just made it angry. I don't know why I walked away from it. I could have just turned around and smacked it. There was a minute there where I thought that was real life sound, and I thought my computer was getting ready to explode. It's like if my computer explodes at Valheim, we have an issue. I think I hear a ghost. Spirit? I think I'm hitting nothing here most of the time. Not great. Not great. Evasive maneuvers. Alright. Well, we've cleared some of them out. We're gonna sit here and heal real quick. Behind our shield and make sure nothing comes out. The thing that will come out. I like the shield going through my body right there. Can I eat any more? No. How good are yellow mushrooms? 10, stamina of 30? Stamina of 20. They're actually better than their red counterparts. How long do they last, though? 10 minutes? 10 minutes, okay. Yellow mushrooms win. It's an important statistic to know. In case I look sweaty, I just got out of the shower, not because I'm like burning alive over here. I'm like sweating my fears of streaming communication with humans. Although, to be fair, wouldn't blame myself for that one. People aren't icky. Alright, we're at full health. Let's go. There's just a lot of them, like... really close to the beginning of this. Like, I'm gonna have to actually dodge and roll. I think I just heard the other two that were back there come to life, which is... I want that one dead. Thank you. I can't tell if we're having a spawning thing happening here. I don't like this. Oh, I'm so dead. Told ya. I used my bow in there. Lost all me XP. All me skills. All me armor. I don't need you to tell me how death works again. Yeah, I definitely have to go bow. I feel confident that bow will work out. Can you leave me alone? Is that an option with you, man? God, I hate that bird. My goal here is get in, probably die again, get me gear, get out, heal, and then come back in with my bow. That's our order of operations. The order is probably going to go walk in, die, respawn, make a new plan while crying. I'm just being honest. I know myself pretty well. We're going to try to be sneaky. They may never see us coming, but they probably will. I wonder if you like actually level up the stealth skill. If you can just like stand in front of things and then just have no idea you're there. I remember by my stuff there was a ghost, a phantom, whatever you want to call it. And that's about the worst case scenario. My stealth is a whole level 3. Well, let's roll these dice and see what their perception is. Pretty low. Okay. We may survive this. Oh, that hit? See, that one I can see hitting. Okay, I'm just going to take out my sphere. That one I think is going to be beating on that door for a long time. I wonder if this leads around then. Because he was sitting on that door, so I wonder if he was trying to get around. Or was it never even that skeleton to begin with? You know what? I may never know. Honestly, that bow skeleton was a lot of my problem. That and this. Stop stealthing. Oh god. It can't come into sunlight. Right? That's how this game rules work. I've trapped it. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it. Just gonna have to use those skills. It like evasive maneuvers when I pull back my bow. Kind of just like knows to not just stand there. Alright, we just need to hope there's not like a skeleton spawner in here, because honestly, we've gotten our asses whooped enough. I'm just gonna stay in stealth, because, you know, it's leveling up my stealth, and I don't want to find out here the hard way. I need to get that kiln going. Sweet, I have the Elder's location. I still don't have the deer. So that's pretty awesome. Honestly though, I can probably cheese either of them. The Elder's pretty easy to cheese, if I'm being honest. And a surprise attack does way more damage. Easy day. Cool, that was the end of this area. Now I can go to the side that sounds more terrifying for some reason. It just keeps having audios queuing for that area. Love that sound for me. I'll go back into sneaking. I need 10 of these. I need at least 5 of these from this dungeon. That would be what I would like to get. No, that might be a fantasy. But I don't know. So only got 3 so far. But I think there's only one little area left. Now, I don't know how big that area is going to be. Don't like that. Starred skeletons stronger than normal skeletons if you don't know this game. Okay, this one's already alerted, so. I think we're good. I don't know if there's... Well, there's a whole nother door there, so I'm assuming there's probably going to be more skellies on the other side of that, but... We won't know until we go through and find out, and they kill us. For the sin of being too beautiful. It's beautiful. This is all so beautiful. That's enough to at least get started on my, like, forge or something. Ugh. I am happy. I am content. This has been a dungeon well worth it. Assuming I can get out alive. And that is a bold assumption of me. Now that we know that yellow mushrooms are more effective, I need to make sure I get them. Well, that's exactly what I didn't want to see. That's a skeleton spawner. These things are really hard to destroy at low levels. Because they'll just keep summoning enemies. That one actually went down pretty easy. I don't know if a 2-star archer is something I really want to fight, but... What do I do? What I do is run. Go and heal up and then come back and fight them. Good choice. You know what? It'd be nighttime out. Of course. Or middle of a storm, I guess. I don't have any weapon left, which I should have thought about it and like leveled up my weapon. Before I went in there, but... Cool. We should have skeleton stuff that we need to increase our armor. I think we should have done weapon before armor, though. But I'm stupid. I'm going to combine these two, take this, and I'm going to get rid of this resin because we'll collect a ton of resin, grab those 2 meats, and keep heading towards my house. I could eat another bite. You're 100% correct. It is bloody cold and wet and stormy, and I am glad I have a fire inside of my house. Otherwise, I would be going home to not be able to sleep, and that'd be upsetting to me. I'm assuming I can't pick up leather scraps right now. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, cool. Didn't know I had some on me. Happy surprise. Ugh. Gross. I am wet. Can't sleep. My wife has that same problem sometimes. Hey, don't sleep long, buddy. You need him for that meat burns. Hey, buddy. Hey, friend. Hey, pal. Hey, buddy. Hey, friend. Hey, pal. Ah. Ah. Well, you know, we are going to need coal at some point anyhow. Upgrade. I don't want to upgrade those things. I kind of want to upgrade, like, my flint spear. I need flint. Do I have some anywhere? No. But I do have things to put in this chest. The chest. Do I have rubies anywhere? No, these are my first. Cool. Good enough. The rest of this can all go in here. Let's go flint hunting. How many do I need? An infinite number? You right. Upgrade flint spear 5. Minimum of 5. Should also kill anything I see with it that I can kill, so I can level up in a little bit before I go back to the Hell It Isn't dungeon. Really, though, I could go... Again, if I can find the deer, I can fight the deer. But that's the issue, is finding the deer. La flint. La flint. Which we need to hunt deer in Borble Route too. But that's just kind of like a true thing for pretty much the entire game, so... I don't know if I've ever just kind of stopped. That's a... I'm not crossing the river. That's what that is. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even get this close. This goes into Dark Woods territory. It's only a 1 star. I thought the red ones were like a much higher star. The whole thing with spears, you can keep enemies pretty good at bay. I'd like to go hammer or mace. Of course, gotta build those. I bet there's a lot of flint up here. I knew it. I mean, to be fair, 2 pieces has been pretty hard to find in one spot. I'm 1 short of what I need, and there's the 1 that I need. But we're going to continue to clean this out at least. I do want to see if I can build any upgrades to my crafting table or something, and if I can, what that unlocks. I'm just double checking to make sure there ain't no flint here. Oh, I'm gonna get this boar real quick. Because if I kill it, hopefully it'll respawn. Don't bite me. That's rude. Didn't your mother teach you any manners? Okay, so... I don't have this built yet. 20 leather scraps is kind of a shit ton. I think I'd have them in here. I almost have 20. Does upgrading any of my gear take leather scraps? My axe. My bow. Okay. Pretty much everything Bloody Well takes leather scraps. I know there was that boar spawner up here somewhere. That really good spawn point. Let's go take them out and hopefully we'll get enough scraps to do what we need. I see a deer. I see a deer and I need the deers. Oh, that was such a miss. I'm getting worse. It's alerted, but it's not running yet. Darn. I'm not chasing it. That's more work than I'm willing to put in right now. I don't need its hide that much. No boar? But why? That was a lore of the boar statue. But no boar. This game's cheating me. I knew I heard you. Oh my goodness. I'm used to like a leveled up bow and you can aim just a little bit like more straight. The fine bow. It really throws you off. It really, really does throw you off when you're used to the like fine bow. And you go back to the crude bow. I just saw a boar here, right? I'm not insane. Okay. I'm still using my good arrows. I don't want to have to make those if I don't have to. Still need to find a beehive. So I can start getting honey. I'm gonna kind of start casually collecting wood as I go and stop collecting berries because I have a ton of them. And I'll regret that later, but that's future me's problem. By my experience being past me, future me is an asshole. Because I don't plan on stopping being an asshole today. Come at me, boyfriend. Boyfriend. That was just such... It wasn't even a good joke. Kinda. aim way higher than I feel like I should. Good, 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 good. Really, still wish I could find the summoning point for the deer. He's got to be somewhere in the meadows. I mean, I also need flint, so I should be going closer to the water. Why did that music sound so ominous? Sounds like I'm in a whole different biome there. Still listing itself as a meadows biome, so... I'm gonna say it's just the game being weird. I need to make a campfire. This will come in handy. I hear deer. Arced over the hill. Oh, like a legend. I'm trying to kind of look around for its summoning point. Obviously having no luck. I think I've been in this house before. I have. Took everything but the torch. Good job past me. But did you skim this stream for flint? Because I bet you didn't. I want to be able to catch fish with my bare hands. I don't understand why you can't. I do not fully support this game's idea that you cannot catch fish with your hands. Oh my god, he blended in with the grass. I am killing it on the deer hide though, which is good because I'm gonna need a lot. Every time I think I have enough of that stuff, I always need more. Flint, 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 flint. I found 2 pieces of scraps, though. This is shenanigans. Ha! Thought they were hiding from me. I know your tricks, game. Alright, don't plan on going into the dark woods, the dark forest. Boar. Boar because I'm boring. God, I make the lamest jokes, really do. Pump up the volume. Pump it up. You guys want to start making videos where I make fun of assholes? Like, have that be the entirety of the content that I'm making there? It's like just videos of me just talking absolute shit. think my problem with me making content where I make fun of people or talk shit ever is that I'm intelligent enough to know how to make fun of myself. Like, I have this self-awareness, which I guess makes me kind of a good person. But also, it makes you struggle, because it's like, well, who am I to judge? It's like, well, yeah, but they're assholes. And it's like, but what if you're wrong? And it's like, well, then I'm the asshole, and it's okay if you're the asshole sometimes. Man, you know what? That was a good path of self-reflection. Feel like I really improved my courage. Or whatever you would like to say I did. Resin. Go. I've still only gotten 3 pieces of bloody... What's it called? Fur. Fur. I've only got 3 pieces of fur. Hide. Hide. Scrap hides. Hide scrap. Still haven't found the bloody deer's spawn point. Didn't what's his name mark it on my map? There's the elder. He's pretty far off. I feel like you should get a map marker for the deer starting off. I feel like you do. I just don't remember how to get it. I don't feel rested anymore. If I follow this stream, I'll get to my house, though. But I'm drinking way too much water. Let me go into piss every 5 seconds. I wonder if I interact with this stone up here, if it'll give me a spot. If not, I'll just keep roaming around upgrading my stuff. Deer? Boar? Boar deer? Bourdois? There's like this really cool hammer you can build out of deer skulls early in the game, and I don't know if I'm horribly far from... Boar! Horribly far from it. You can breed boar, like you can harvest, like you can tame them, but I've never spent the time doing it because it seems to take forever to me. And you always end up with so much leather scraps by like mid to end game. I interact with this stone, don't I? Oh my goodness. It is right by my house. Well, I'm gonna go home. Get some bloody rest. And then I'm gonna go fight the deer god. It's been a long time since I've had a new character, to be fair to me. I would like to use the hammer. If I can get the hammer against him, it's really good against him. And then level up my bow. And then we can finish that dungeon while we level up our armor. And boar. Leather scraps. Boar. I see a boar. I wonder if it's because they're short and I don't see them as much as I should. But their spawns are actually pretty good. Or am I just in the right area for it? That deer ran into that one. That deer wanted to die. That wasn't even my fault. It did that to itself. I don't have any deer skulls with me. The hammer is made out of deer skulls, so. But I guess they're probably gonna be like tier 1 deer or something, and I probably don't find a lot of those. Flint. No, I need the flint. Okay, I just need leather scraps for this, and I do not think I have enough. Okay, I'm wrong. I do have enough. Pump it up. I can move. So now I can build the bone tower shield. That'd be pretty good. See, but I want to upgrade this. It's the smartest choice, though. Yeah, for right now, yes. And we can take it up to another level, which we're gonna do. And then leather tunic, leather pants, deer hide cape, cool. We're gonna need some deer heads. So I do have more than just none. I don't need the spare meat, so I'm just not gonna cook it. Later in the game, you use raw meat for some recipes, so. I'm gonna need me another chest. I need some wood. I think I have some somewhere. I might have just put it up. I have some. Some is the key number, or the key statement there. Not a lot. Give me down a tree. I need to remember that my character doesn't have cold resistance, so like nighttime still affects me. Pretty unlikely I'll ever remember that, but I need to try. By the way, if you be so kind and you are in my stream, drop me a like. I would appreciate it. Oh, my butt hurts. The chair I'm sitting on is just horrible. I have another chair, but I just don't I don't know, I'm not as close to the screen. Not as close to my keyboard and mouse as I need to be. Doesn't work out. I just ran out of my water. I do want to fill that up before I take on the deer. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go grab me some more water. And I will be right back. Burbs. You know what? I think it's cooler up here than it is downstairs right now. Okay, we're rested. Comfort of 4. It's daytime. Well, let's go kill a deer god. After we kill this guy and go kill that boar. Because I'm pretty confident I saw a boar there. I did. Yeah, I need energy to kill a boar, you're right. Sorry, game. I think I have enough deer skulls. Alright, so in case I decide to make a video called How to Kill a Deer God in Valheim, how to kill the first boss in Valheim, Valheim's first boss encounter. There it is. All right. So, defeat the first boss in Valheim, if you don't already know. And where you spawn over here with little stones, you can find his map marker, which I definitely didn't discover in the middle of filming this video. But you can get that map marker very simply. You come to this lovely little place that has this pedestal, and it just says, Mystical Altar. Offer item. What you offer is the heads of deer. And then that will summon the boss. Wherever those sparks are flying, that's where the boss is going to spawn in at. So you can just aim your bow, pull back a nice hefty shot, and wait. And then you can let go. Ichthyr is actually pretty easy. Just once you see him charging up like that, you should dodge, unlike what I just did. Do a roll, and then you just use arrows and kind of unleash into him. I'm not even using, like, sharpened arrows. When he gets close to you, kind of run, because he's going to do like a big shock attack, like so. If you have any armor that's worth basically anything, you can tank his hits for most of the fight. So you can use melee on him. Hide behind a tree when you're going to do that. It negates a lot of the damage. It actually has a big number, hits a lot of times, deals little damage. So I am actually dodging quite a lot of his damage whenever I'm doing that. But, you know, still looks like he's doing quite a bit, or he's damaging me quite often. He is damaging me quite often. I'm doing a horrible job of this. Blocked that one, though. You can also use them to farm trees. You can use any of the bosses almost to farm trees. You just kind of get around trees and let them attack you, and wood. If you do want to use melee on him, pretty simple. Just get up in his hindquarters, save your stamina, let him kind of run around. His attacks are pretty predictable. And stab him. Give him the old shanks. He takes a lot of damage from very little. I'm using the tier 2 spear. And it's absolutely just demolishing him. And I'm not even doing that good at this. I feel like none of the bosses in Valheim get hard until the third boss. The second boss is really easy to cheese to. And I'll probably make a video on that if I make this video, and it does pretty well. You just roll right when he's getting ready to hit there and be pretty good. And there he goes. Easy peasy. No challenge whatsoever. Super simple boss fight. And that's how you get your pickaxe and everything that you need. And now I'm going to go craft my pickaxe. And start going into the dark woods. So metal. I mean, actually, I need my smelter and stuff before I really care, but you know. So these are the only 2 upgrades I can do. Why can't I build my hammer yet? Oh, I need to go hang his head. That's a thing. I need to go hang the head. What is the auto walk button? Is it G? J? No. Okay. Is it Q? Yeah, it's Q. So you can set auto walk, and you can turn your mouse to kind of control. You don't really control where your character goes. It kind of just walks around things. But then you can scroll through TikTok and just listen and make sure you don't hear anything unfortunate. Which honestly is more convenient than you think it is. But you know, it also gets really boring, and you get stuck on trees. It's really only good when I want to go over my second screen and do something, and just still kind of be making my way. It's still quite convenient, though. I honestly wish more games would implement it, but I don't want to like waste a button on it. So if that's the reasoning for not, I respect it. It's not like something that needs to be in every game. Just kind of cool to have. And his head up here. Where's his statue? There it is. Give me the power. And his power is quite simple, but quite useful. Gotta go fast. He's kind of like the game's own built-in horse. You respawn stamina a lot quicker, and you use it a lot less as you're using his power. But you can only use it once every 20 minutes, so... Gotta kind of be sparing with it. Honestly, though, in this game, I generally don't find a huge need for it that often. It goes for kind of any of the powers. But when you need them, you'll wish you had them. And that's for sure. But you usually don't know you need them until after you've already not used them. That's another downside. Trying to bring back my OBS. There we go. So especially when you want to run a lot, it is good for that, though. All right. Repair our things. Antler pickaxe. Shabam. Upgrade. Oh, we can upgrade our hammer. We can upgrade our hoe. We can upgrade that hammer. I wonder if that's what I need. Is the upgraded hammer. To be able to do some of the things I want to do. Nope. Still just the 2 upgrades. I remember having the hammer to fight the boss with, so it's kind of what confusing me. Kind of feels like I should already have it. Oh, the well. I wonder if maybe I'm missing one item or something that I need for it. And I'm not thinking what it is. That does sound like me. Put our hide up in here, our important things. Throw some wood up in here. Our antler bits can go outside for now. Oh, that's right. We need a chest. That's a thing I never did. I need a food chest, like an official food chest at some point. I mean, that won't be today, but at some point. I want to put these inside because I do need them soon. All right. Well met, traveler. Yeah, I could eat another bite, but I'm going to go and deal with that dungeon that I died in. Try to finish it off. I wonder if their intention is that you're supposed to breed the boar. So, I mean, I'm not doing that, but it would make sense that that's their intention. I'm going to clear off my death point here. Thank you. I don't need to constantly be reminded of my own failures, you know? Once in a while is enough, really. I need to clear both of the dungeons, if I'm being completely honest here. So I'm gonna need a smelter And I'm gonna need the furnace. Alright, and we were going down the right tunnel. Let's get our stamina up before we crouch. Eh. 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 We're this way. And there was a spawner in this room. This guy's a tier starred skeleton. My spear skill at 24. That was much easier this time. How many of these do I have on me now? I'm gonna have 5 more. I'm gonna have everything I need. Map's location is already added. So yeah, I'm good. I don't need to deal with the other dungeon, really. Unless I just decide I want to, but... Maybe when I have higher tier armor and I want them for, like, teleporters? I probably will. But for right now, we just need to go rebuild our house, prepare for smelting. For smelting. I want to rebuild my house, but I want to get the axe first, and I don't know how I want to do this. Like, what order of operations I want to go through. I guess what I will do is I will kind of build the house up. Actually, I just want to build a house. Like where's the Black Forest? That's meadows, and then Black Forest starts right in here. I kind of want to build a house, like, down in these woods. Just kind of move. Which I think that is what I'll do. So I will say I found in this game that it's kind of easier to move than it is to rebuild. Yeah. Like, it's easier to do things when you're starting from scratch. We're gonna need a lot of stone. Okay. We want to put up all of our stuff that we can. We actually don't care, do we? No. No, we don't. We don't need that one. We're good. I do kind of like this. This nice little flat area. Oh, not bad. We still want waterfront access. That's for damn sure. There is a nice little island over here that looks fairly compatible for what I'm looking for. Really, we could do that little hill right there. We gave him the stone cold stunner. Yeah, I don't dislike the idea of this hill over here. I will say you don't want to live too close to the Black Woods, it seems, because things just kind of keep spawning and coming for you. So I don't know. But you know what? I still like the idea. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to say right here is a good enough place for me to start building. I was trying to stand still, young man. Alright. Well. We have the pickaxe. So we have the power. Start kind of going up a little bit here. We should go ahead and build us a crafting table. We don't have the wood, so that's okay. Easy to solve. As long as our weight doesn't max out too high. Cool. Back to work. Like I said, gray doors are going to be an issue here. Especially with no fires or anything up, yeah. Okay, and we should build this. And we can build this. We can get rid of Huggins. And we should build our fire pit, which I'm going to build it right here. And then we can build our house around this. We just need to make sure we get enough room to start getting a basic house down. Then get us fortification to craft. That's going to be important. That's rude. Don't be rude, guys. God, I hate shamans. Easy days. Let's go ahead and throw down a chest. I need to get wood, though. We're going to need a place to put things before we have too much rock or stone or something stupid. And we're going to put it right. Meh. We already need a second chest. That's, I mean, it's a good thing in its own right. We don't need all of you here. I really don't need this. What is this? Why is there a Grey Dwarf army coming for me? I mean, it's good because I wanted wood. This is a horrible pairing. A dwarf, brute, and a shaman. Brutes are rough, man. Early game. For just like an enemy that spawns quite frequently. Like, I like the tower shield because of the amount of damage that it blocks. But God, it makes you move so slow, it almost makes you useless. Ancient seed. Mamma mia. They gave me enough to build my second chest. I really should send them a thank you note. Okay. I want to go out by 2. And I think we're kind of there now. I mean, I need to drop full-size trees. God, I need bigger fires. I need a bed to sleep during the night, too. That would help with this Grey Dwarf problem. Honestly, this is too much. This is a lot. I'm just gonna reconsider my options and go build my house up, rebuild it, whatever you want to call it. It's like, this is a lot. And I don't feel like having this attack my house every bloody night. We all make stupid choices. I just make them better than most. Don't like that very much. Cool enough. I think I have everything I need. Good enough. Let's wait until my stamina is full because swimming can be a bitch. Cool. Good enough. Good enough. So instead of bring things in and ship things in, which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, we're not very far, really. I just need to re-level out the house. Kind of go through the process of rebuilding a little. Ow. Don't worry, that hurt my ears too. Trying to check the time. Yeah, I know, I'm wet. There we go. All right, so before I destroy everything, I do want to try to use my workbench here to repair all my stuff. And yeah, now I'm just going to break things and let everything fall to the ground. Well, I start leveling everything. I need to eat more. Let's give a good wackadoodle on some of this stuff and it'll drop it down a little bit. We need to break this rock. Alright. And throw in our workbench over here for right now. Then we can throw this in. Definitely wanted to center it. That works. And then right there. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. And now we just need to make sure that this is good and level. I feel like I need to add right here. Yeah. We're getting there. And then we need a good spot to start building flooring. That'll work. Now we're just bringing the ground down all around the edges to help make it not clip into the ground. We're cool with the ground in the middle staying up. That's kind of more or less what we're wanting. Just wanting to bring the ground down around the outsides where we're going to have floors. I do feel like it's not perfectly even here. I think we're getting better though. Oftentimes you'll feel like when you're using a pickaxe that you should hit more than once in a specific area. Looks like it's not getting where you want it to be. Don't trust that instinct. Hit once, and then come in with your hoe and see if you can get it flat. Otherwise, it is really easy to go down too far. And then you're trying to rebuild it back up, and that's another type of annoying. All right, and we need to rebuild our workbench. And this is obviously not where we're going to want this actually at, but like this. We want the inside higher up. All right, back to flooring. Wrong. Okay. We've got kind of a foundation going. Like, leveling down, I don't mind at all. It's going up that really bothers me in this game. I'm not sure what the difference is. But it seems like when I'm trying to level something going up, I struggle really bad. And going down almost just seems simpler. I think I just might be special, though. I think that just might be a me thing. I just want to add one more round around the outside, and that'll be a good start for our new redesigned home. I've used this design on 2 other builds I've done. This kind of starting, at least. I know I'll have to expand it out quite a bit later, and then once you get like stone and stuff, it pretty much makes everything you built beforehand null and void. That's one of the glories about this game, is never build anything with the expectation that it's going to last you very long. Until you're very late in the game. My chats aren't showing up right. How's it going, Jimmy? Yeah, my chats aren't showing up, so I have no idea how long you've sent that chat out. That hill shouldn't be there anymore. This hill? I wish it wasn't here anymore. Yeah, I don't know. My chat didn't show it at all. I only saw it because it was on my phone. My bad. Okay, so some of these aren't getting ground foundational support, which is kind of something I expected here. We will definitely be fixing that here in a second. If we have enough English. If we have enough wood to get all the way around, we'll fix it. That is. We do need to consider the fact that we don't have a workbench which we can repair our tools at as we're building this. And that is a very important thing to have, and a very important fact to remember that you don't have. How you been, Jimmy? What you been up to? How's the kiddo? Hey, listen, I never believe that I have a topic, and random and off topic is kind of my favorite place. Hit me. God, I wish I ever had a topic going into any stream or anything. Like, God, how miraculous would that be? To be able to say, like, well, this is the topic of this stream. Oh, that'd be amazing. It's never happened to me before, but it'd be amazing. It'd also be amazing if my butt didn't hurt so bad sitting in this chair. Died. I nearly died. It's okay. Alright, so we have the basic starting point of the floors down. I'm going to give some foundational support by doing a couple things here because it won't last all the way up to high enough to put a ceiling on. I'm going to put stairs in here that lead down to this. It does two things. One, it makes it look a little nicer and a little smoother. It lets you not get stuck on the bumps that you otherwise would get stuck on because there's a little dip there, and sometimes this game likes to make a little dip a big deal. So by throwing in some stairs here, you completely diminish that issue. And it also guarantees a foundational support from them, which is still further away than you really want them to be, but it's effective. You can put beams in now, like along the sides of this. Works out pretty well. Now for any of these that don't have support, foundational support, you can put down trim. Oh, no, you can go. I don't consider the game to be topic. I consider our communications to be the topic. Does that make sense? I probably think of that in a weird way, but I don't know. I guess it's because like I don't stream for the purposes of the game. I stream for the people that I'm communicating with. Need to eat. So here is my thoughts on it. There is not an end world collapse that I am intending to have. I could see the world collapsing. The world is not pretend, which I'm more than happy to tell you. It is very much real. In the perspectives of my story arc, at least. It's very much real. We could very easily jump from my campaign to any other campaign to any other world to anything. I'm going to put down a chest in case I need to go farm for wood. I don't want to have to carry all the weight with me. Which it looks like I might be going to farm for wood here soon. We'll see though. It will be terrible because I don't have... Oh. Yeah, I am out of wood at this point in time. I don't have anywhere to sleep. So I'm not out of wood. See, I don't want to carry all this stuff with me. I will have to organize these chests later, but they're good for now. So I don't care at all. I mean, if we're gonna go like if you take over and we go like back and forth, I think it'll become our world. I'm not a very like it's mine type person. I'm very much just like even when we're playing, I don't consider the story mine. I consider it your guys' story. I just try to give you a direction to go in or an idea or a theme. That makes sense? That's how I think about like DMing is like it's not my game, it's not my world. It's your guys' game, it's your guys' world. I'm just kind of the director. So yeah, no, I mean, you can take the world and do whatever you want with it afterwards. If we go back and forth, I mean, it would be pretty cool to see what we end up creating everything into. Alright, we've gotten down a tree. I'm going to go and try to build up enough to repair my gear. Can I pick up this stuff? Good. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I don't even care if you tell me you want specific things to kind of happen towards a point to try to start getting a new campaign ready. I need to start like actually editing our D&D sessions too, so that it can get, you know, uploaded, but I forgot completely that I was doing this in a specific way. And I just started doing whatever I wanted. I know that this won't be enough, but there's always that boyish charm side of me that always hopes. Too exposed. Can I please? Thank you. Would also love to be able to put down a bed. Still too exposed. Okay. Oh, my butt hurts so much from this chair. I really need a new chair. I'm gonna swap over to the other chair. That hurts my butt in a different way. So if I swap back and forth on them, my butt hurts less by the end. Is it good? I really, like, I've been, every day I've been kind of like sitting there thinking like, I should play Breath of the Wild so I can get the new Zelda game at some point. Oh man, have I told you? I think I told you about how other campaigns going, man. Those guys are so dead. They're so dead. I love what they're doing though. It's so fun, but they're so dead. Like, God, they're so dead. Anyhow, yeah, tell me about the Zelda game. I don't want to overshadow that or not talk about it. So, make sure you talk about that, which, as you will. See, I know myself pretty well. I know I'll have to play Breath of the Wild first, and I'll know I might even have to play like the pre-sequel game. I'm kind of just that way. So they've only had the one session. The two of my players for that session are on vacation. So we won't get to play again for another, like, week or two. And the guy across the street from me now, one of my neighbors, very nice guy, he's really wanting me to DM for him too. And I'm like, listen, man, I am already stretching myself very thin. The pre-made games are really easy to set up, though. It's like, honestly, I just don't know enough about D&D to be DMing all these games. I feel like I'm faking it until I make it. Alright, so I need to cut down one more tree, and then I think I should be able to make my bed, which will be nice to be able to sleep at night. Oh dear. Don't you run from me. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. But this boar is coming for me. Facts. Facts. No, I mean, like, I've DM'd 2 games before, but that's been so long ago, and like my ADHD brain doesn't retain shit. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing too bad. I feel like I'm getting kind of the hang of it, the groove of it, especially with like playing our own made, like my own made campaign, and having the pre-made campaign that kind of holds your hand as a DM. Oh, no. For sure, my friend. That's not even cheesy. That's just logic. That's just reasoning. I definitely feel more confident every time. Especially, like I said, doing the game that's, like, pre-built and doing ours. Honestly, I thought that the pre-built games were really going to be kind of more boring. But now that I'm kind of, like, looking into the lore of D&D and everything, it's like, I want to play more pre-built games because I want to play through the lore of D&D. So I'm excited to have both, I guess is what I'm saying. See, I figured bed was still going to be too exposed. I'll put it right here. And then we'll expand this way. And hope for the best. I bet it's going to be too exposed until I put a wall over on this other side. Go ahead. Explain thyself. Assume that I'm an idiot. See, I've never dove into D&D lore much, so you are saying words I don't know what mean. Yeah, I imagine that bed's going to be too exposed all the way up until I put maybe the second layer of roof on, which I could go ahead and do, but I don't know. So the books are the actual like story of D&D, and then like the books you actually like physically like sit down and read, or are those like game books, like games you would play through as books? Because like I would read those books. Do you want to like get in a chat with me right now? Like, are you like if you do you want to? Would that be better? I mean, for my analytics, it's better for you to comment, but. Okay, so like, the current thing we're playing is like post books lore. So if I really like the lore, I should read the books? Okay. I'm going to hop in my Discord channel then. And you can join if you would like to, my friend. Or you can just call me. I don't really care.
Hello.
Hurrah!
How's it going?
My butt hurts.
So yeah, just trying to explain a little bit more. Yeah, basically the Forgotten Realms was a book series well before, well, I don't know about well before, but certainly separate from D&D itself initially, but then it just at some point they kind of intermixed and became like their own thing together.
Gotcha. So, reading the books would be beneficiary for me understanding the lore, though. Like, sometimes when you play a game, there's, like, books, but the books don't affect the actual game, like, lore in any way, if you know what I'm saying.
So, yes and also no, because a lot of the books that I've read, like, there's a lot of, and I mean a lot of lore within the Forgotten Realms, and I genuinely don't know where a lot of this information is coming from. Let me give you an example. The main book series is actually featured around one character. He is a dark elf named Drizzt Do'Urden, and he is a good guy, but in the context of the universe, all drow dark elves are evil.
Well, yeah, because they worship that one goddess.
Lolth, yes, and that's kind of where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a great book series about him, his early life, about how he had to actually leave the Underdark slowly. It was a crazy thing in the whole like matriarchal society that they lived in.
Yeah, my turns out that my neighbor across the street is super into D&D, and he's just been like force feeding lore down my throat, which like I'm not. That's not a bad thing. Like in a good way. So now I've got this like insatiable hunger for understanding the lore better.
I'll say this: have you seen the D&D movie?
Yeah, me and Sarah watched it just the other day.
Okay, so that's also in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because he was talking about, that's one of the things, like he sent me a video about the drow and the their evil spider goddess.
Hmm.
So
like there's a lot of interesting things. So like I forget, were they in Neverwinter? I forget in the movie.
that might have been the place where they were in prison.
No, that's up north. That was probably in the frozen north, probably near 10 Towns.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, you're just talking way over my head. So I mean, like, this is what I want to hear. I mean, I'm learning.
Take a look at the map of Faerun, which is the at some point, and I'm not saying now you're playing the game, but take a look at map of Faerun, and it'll literally just be a plethora of things that are just filled with D&D nonsense.
God, D&D nonsense.
And, like, you can dive in anywhere, and there's like hundreds of years of like lore within everything. Apparently there's a couple of ports that have that allow spelljammers within the world of the Forgotten Realms. Spelljammers are basically D&D spaceships.
There's D&D spaceships?
Bruh, spelljammer campaigns are okay. Have you ever seen Treasure Planet?
Yeah, love Treasure Planet.
Basically, spelljammers are basically Treasure Planet.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually running a Spelljammer campaign right now. Um, remember, I think I was telling you during the game, just this last week, where a few of my players decided to get like the lords and like the lord drunk and like stole his money in the tavern and they booked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at they were like basically at this asteroid port.
That's wild, man. How does it go into space though, with it being so like medievally?
Okay, so obviously space works differently in Spelljammer stuff. Basically, how it works is every Spelljammer, a ship, in order for it to work like a Spelljammer, you have a special magic chair. And this magic chair can only be run by like a wizard or other people with like spell slots, because that's how it works. And while that happens, these ships, and they don't have to necessarily look like spaceship, like sailing ships, but that's its own thing. But basically, they have like a bubble around them, which consists of the gravity and air.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a little...
It's weird.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But it's interesting. So,
for sure.
Here's my thing, is I can get into any world. Like video game, anime, game, board game. I can get into any world where there's a sets of logical rules that everything has to follow, right?
There is a lot of sets. There is rules and like things to this. It's not like it's anything goes.
Right.
But
yeah. No.
It is very it's kind of wild when you think about it. And there are also new like races as well.
Well, you would imagine there's aliens.
No, not even like aliens. Well, per se, there are terrifying space clowns though.
Clowns?
Space clowns.
Like the movie Clowns from Outer Space?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what they did.
Oh. Well, that's kind of cool shit.
They have their own solar system, which they classify it as clown space.
Clown space. Jimmy, get out of my... I'm kidding.
You think I'm fucking kidding? The people who make D&D are straight up like nerds about these things. There's like a whole podcast about this, and they're like, yeah, we heard about clowns from outer space, and like we decided to roll with the idea.
If you told me that the guys who make D&D weren't nerds, I would be befuddled.
Well, when you put it that way.
Hey, listen, I'm saying I love nerds. I am a nerd by definition. I don't know what the difference between a nerd and a geek is. I'm one of the two.
Nerd is you're very knowledgeable. Oh, uh-oh. Sorry, my little one is waking up.
You're good. The little one always comes first.
Anyway, but yeah, let's see what else. You can play as a slime.
Just like that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Similar.
I know you can play as you can technically play as anything, right? That's
right, but like there's like the homebrew stuff, and then there's like the official stuff.
Yeah, I read I knew all of the official characters to some degree and everything. And then I have one of my players wanting to play as a, oh god, what are they called? The robot guys? They're made out of stone or robotic or...
Warforged. Yeah, those things are pretty cool. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. But they're not official, so I had to
Oh, they're official.
Mm-mm. If you go to D&D Beyond, they're not even listed.
Well, they're not listed because you didn't buy the book for them.
Well, I'm saying D&D Beyond and stuff, they don't even have them listed on their website.
Well, you have to buy a specific book to access it. That's how they do things.
Oh, well. Because they have a bunch of characters. You can go to their official website and do a whole character creator and stuff.
No, I know. That's because that's the base stuff.
When I looked up Warforged, it said that it was a homebrew creature that's very popular. Because it was made by the guy who does the D&D show.
Which one?
We had talked about it and you'd mentioned it, and
there's Roll20. There's
Roll20.
Roll.
Well,
Roll 20 or
they
critical role,
probably
one of
did
the
a
two.
homebrew in order to like get around having to pay, because I know for a fact if you pay, there are more options within D&D Beyond.
Huh. I don't know, maybe he made it first and then they copycatted him. I'm saying, maybe.
Possible. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you.
I don't know. Either way, what I've learned about Warforged in my campaign is either he's playing it wrong or they're very useless at level 1. And then they get a lot stronger.
Why?
He just doesn't have anything he can like really do. I mean, like, his abilities kind of go as far as like make rock talk.
That's really dumb. No, that's not how Warforges work here. I'm gonna look up Warforged. I don't have my books in front of me, but I'm looking up the official stats because like that's incredibly stupid.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, he has weapons and stuff, obviously, but it's like, he gets some spell slots and everything, which, like, at tier 1, I mean, that makes some sense, him being able to just do that, but it's like, yeah, it's like rock talk, make things that talk, you can carve things mildly, and it's like,
No, that's. I don't know what the hell that they got, but that's insane.
So, for example, let's see. You don't technically sleep, but like you get like when you get a full rest, it's only 6 hours because, things and stuff. Sorry, I'm just kind of skimming.
yeah, no, it's also a thing that they, like, get locked in sleep when they go for, like, a long rest. If they say they're going for a long rest, they, like, can't wake up. It's something I read, too.
Well, when you go for a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in active, motionless state rather than sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but that doesn't render you unconscious. You can see and hear as normal. Now, so here's some other things. You have advantage on getting advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and are resistant to poison damage. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. You are immune to disease. You can't have magic be put you to sleep, and you don't need to sleep. You automatically get +1 to armor class. You can don only armor that you have proficiency. To don armor, you must blah 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 blah. Wow. Okay, putting on armor is a lot harder for a Warforged.
Yeah.
While you live, your armor can't be removed from your body against your will.
You'd imagine their armor's like their skin, almost.
Kind of. That's kind of how they're describing it. Again, I'm kind of just skimming this. And you get proficiency in one tool of your choice. And yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know about this rock talk stuff. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Rock talk?
Or whatever you were telling me before, yeah.
Oh, well, it's like he's playing a, here, hold on, I got his character sheet on my phone, I don't know why I'm not just bringing it up. Artificer. And I think it's from his Artificer class?
Okay. Artificers are very hard as a class, just FYI.
Yeah, and it's his first time playing, but like he was really had his heart set on it, so I wasn't gonna like say no.
No, while that is fair, I'm just going to say maybe you could like go to him and be like, "Hey, I just heard from somebody who plays D&D. Like, for somebody playing D&D for the first time, I would not recommend Artificer at all. Like, there are other classes that are maybe not that are not as hard that I would recommend before Artificer. Artificer is, I would argue, the hardest class to play as a level 1. Yeah, or like brand new to D&D even.
It's like I told them all, it's like you need to pick classes that like you're gonna be able to balance and like easy. I was like, I'll even give you like classes to start with if you want and everything. But they already had their like kind of characters in mind. And what we've ended up with is 2 druids and an artificer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're not doing hot. They're not doing hot at all.
Well, if you think they're all going to die, maybe you, instead of them dying, maybe you can have it so that, like, I'm not gonna lie. I remember you telling me, but I don't really remember the parameters exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I wouldn't remember either if I was you, so no worries. So basically what's happened is there is this cave, and it's their first...
Goblins.
Yeah, there's goblins and a bugbear. And one of them, like the artificer, he's asleep. Like, he's out doing a long rest, right? Outside of the cave and everything. And then the pixie fairy? Pixie fairy?
Mm-hmm.
She is a druid fairy, and she snuck in to the cave, and she got past like the first group of like wolves and stuff, and I was like, you know, I was even kind of like, I think you should probably fuck off. But she kept going and alerted the bugbear, that's the leader of all the goblins. They struggled in a fight against 2 goblins.
Well, here's how I would maybe potentially like save them so they're not like dead. You could have it so, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to like run your game, but
I have ideas of how.
Here's how I would do it. If like, you know, obviously it sounds like they're new players, and so like you could give them a break without giving them a break. You could say that they captured them and like to maybe be eaten later, or you know, sink your heart out, you know, for other reasons, sell them or just use them as slaves.
I mean, that's kind of something I've thought about. The campaign we're running is built for 4 players, and we only have 3. So I've kind of considered...
Could throw in a DMPC.
That's what I was thinking about. I was like throwing in a overclassed NPC to kind of carry them for a little bit, and then have the whole fun like betrayal twist once I feel like they're ready to go on their own.
Fair enough. Maybe you could do like a warrior hero guy who like just pops in last second.
Well, I was thinking about having a paladin, but of one of the evil gods, and not let them know it's one of the evil gods as paladins. Just like,
oh, that's kind of rad.
Just be like, yeah, he's just a paladin, but then have him casting like paladin spells and stuff that are specifically from an evil god, and have them roll intelligence checks.
I have a thought. How would you feel about having a paladin of Tiamat?
You will have to give me more info than that.
Tiamat is like the evil dragon goddess.
Okay.
Like when it comes to like the gods and stuff, there's one god that's like overly good, and that's oh god, I forget what it's called, but it's like the platinum dragon, and Tiamat is like the opposite of that guy.
Huh. So
What?
There's this book series I read, where the concept of the story is that this group of NPCs accidentally lets a group of player characters die in a bar, and the king's gonna come and destroy their town and kill all of them if the like group of adventurers don't show up. So these NPCs take on the role of these characters, these player characters, and they go on an adventure, and they slowly become aware, and like they come to life. The NPCs do. And one of the gods in that game, I don't know if there's a real D&D counterpart or not, but he's like a dark wizard god, basically. And his...
I have to be more specific, because they're like, I can think of 4.
Well, I'm gonna go on. His paladins have to get rid of their name. So any paladin that worships him, again, I don't even know if this is like actually something in D&D or if this is just something in the book, because the book doesn't even call it D&D, but it's very clearly D&D, you know? But his paladins have to forgo their name and go as nameless to get the paladin powers that he offers. And I thought
that's like a really interesting story thread. I mean, honestly, I can think of like 3 like gods who would probably like do that, like, because kind of their shtick is they can like rule through like a fake god because no one would worship them directly, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be like, oh, I'm not so and so. I'm actually like I'm this, to kind of trick them to being worshipped.
Huh.
If anything, that's like one way of doing it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just a thought I've had, is having the like secret dark paladin show up. I think it's a good hook, though.
No, it is. It is. It's but then let me ask you this: why would the dark paladin now I don't know why, but I'm like thinking of like dark magician and like Yu-Gi-Oh for whatever reason.
Just you put dark in front of anything magical, and you're like dark magician.
No, but dark paladin, like, what would be their motivation to like help these like random people then?
So my thought was going to be either that I can throw it and have it catch later on with another one of the story threads, because I know later on in the story, I played through this campaign once before, there is another wizard that kind of shows up, and I kind of thought maybe have a thing where it's like he is also a traitor to this paladin, because he's like also one of the old evil paladin wizard guys, but he is, I don't know, I haven't thought that far ahead.
I have a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the motivation is that his ultimate goal is to betray the party, because what he has to do is he has to offer a sacrifice to his god, whether it be Tiamat or whatever. But in order to do so, he has to gain the complete trust of his party. And between now and then, he'll like maybe do subtle hints to be like, oh, maybe he's evil, maybe we shouldn't trust him, XYZ.
So have him as just like the overbearing member of good in the party. Like he keeps taking the members aside, and he's like, hey man, you're really strong, you know that? You don't give yourself enough credit.
Something like that,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then, so when he's finally like, yeah, no, what I actually need to sacrifice is your trust to my god.
And the body too.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, you have to have the body. That's,
Tiamat has 5 heads to feed. I mean, I don't think that...
Oh, goodness. We have to feed 3.
Oh, boy. No, but, yeah, that's just a thought.
No, it's a good thought. But, yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. I really haven't decided. I think that they need an extra person and an experienced player. They also need somebody that can take hits.
I'll tell you this right now. In my experience, I almost always have a DMPC.
Yeah?
I've always had a DMPC, because I've also been in a situation where, like, I have 3 players.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a 4th player, usually, I will say this, when it comes to D&D, like leveling, or, how, to structure encounters, they base it on a 4-player party.
Yeah.
So,
that's just the
and
way
with
that
a lot of my
seems.
players personally being new as well, I always threw in like a some sort of DMPC. I've had all sorts of crazy characters, and now that I think about it, they've all been terribly small.
That's a weird.
No, you don't understand. I'm just realizing this now. They're all tiny.
You just have like pocket gnomes?
No gnomes, funnily enough. I had one rogue kobold. Mm-hmm. I had an artificer goblin.
An artificer goblin.
Yes.
That's a thing.
His name was Squung.
That's silly. That's a very silly character idea.
Let's see. I also had a barbarian fighter halfling who had Scrappy Doo energy.
Oh god, I wish I didn't know exactly what that means.
It was so funny. Let me
Just always trying to get at the enemy. Yeah.
Yep. And my current and personal favorite. I have this little Hadozi wizard.
Hadozi?
Okay, so in Spelljammer, there are like these little. There's a monkey race with like that basically have like flying squirrel arms.
Okay.
And he's pretty small too, but he's like this really like shy in character who's just like, I don't think this is a good idea, and he has to deal with all of the player shit, and it's just like, why am I even here?
Do not tell my wife that there is a flying monkey. She'll hate it. She'll hate it, but I'll love it, and I want to play it, and she'll hate me for it. So if you tell her now, she'll make me not.
I'm gonna. Does she look at your messages in Discord?
No, I don't think so.
Because I'm gonna totally send you pictures. Hang on.
I'd appreciate that.
Hang on. If I can copy and paste. Wow. There we go. I am going to go and... Does she just not like the idea, or what?
She hates monkeys. I don't know why. I want a pet monkey one day, and she always tells me how much she hates monkeys. And I don't know if she's just doing it to discourage me from wanting to get a pet monkey someday, or if she actually hates monkeys. But if I play a monkey in D&D, I know it'll be a thing.
Do you see him?
Give me a second. Oh, that is so cute. I love monkeys, man.
Like two of the things that they have as the player races, they can glide. So like if they're ever going to fall, they can just glide down safely. And since they have opposable like feet thumbs, like they can also like do multiple actions. Like if menial actions, like if they're holding two weapons, they can also just use their other hand to open a door. Like their foot hand.
Oh, that's so... Aww. I don't think you understand when I say I love monkeys. But I bloody love monkeys. They're just so cute.
There's also hippo people.
That sounds disturbing, because hippos are scary, bro.
Here,
you ever seen like hippos, like what they do in real life? Like have you ever like watched some National Geographic?
They're terrifying in real
Yeah,
life.
they're fucking nightmare monsters, man.
But not this guy.
I don't know. That's a nightmare monster to me. Hey, I gotta pee real quick, but I'll be right back. I mean, you say that's not a nightmare monster, but like, you and I both know that that thing would cut off, like, shoot off your legs and then eat the rest of you.
Hang on. There's also Thrycreen. Are also pretty rad. They can hold like up to 4 weapons.
How's that balanced? What? Like how do you balance somebody that's just like... Well, I mean, I guess they can only swing once per turn, right?
Technically. But think of it this way. You could carry a 2-handed weapon and 2 shields and have +2 to your armor and still have a 2-handed weapon.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, God, look at that guy in the middle. He's got a hand crossbow, a sword, and a fucking glaive.
That is nightmare fuel.
Oh yeah, and they can't talk. They only talk via like telekinesis, or what's the word? Like
Telepathy?
talking to you through via your brain.
Telepathy? Telepathic?
Telepathy. That's it.
So that's another thing is my artificer guy. He decided that his character can't talk.
Oh God, is he a fucking bird thing? What are those called? There's these birds who can't talk. They can only imitate.
I don't know. So what he eventually did is he cut a rock in a way where it would talk for him. Like he just blows air in it and holds down the right button and it kind of speaks for him. So he speaks like this broken English for it.
Interesting.
It is a cool character plot line, like kind of thing. But he's just making this campaign hard on himself.
I guess you could say like he's just altered weirdly by magic, so he can only like implement magic in weird ways.
Oh, I say that he's just making this campaign as hard as himself as he can.
I mean, like lore wise, but yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his hook is lore wise. I mean, like we've touched on it obviously, but he hasn't gone deep into it yet.
Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes the fun is to discover the character along the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's their first time playing, so I didn't give them too much. One of them was really hesitant about playing in the first place.
I had a character once who did not believe in, who was terrified of ghosts.
Just terrified of them?
Well, I rolled a natural 1 on trying to investigate ghosts, and I role-played it as, it's like, nah, I decided to leave the cemetery because I'm afraid of ghosts instead of investigating.
I mean, at that point you had to, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, and then it just became... It became... I wouldn't say it was a thing all the time, but like when it was relevant, it kept coming up.
It was a relevant character thing. Yeah. That's
it was
fun,
not as
man.
bad as one of my as one of the other players who, in a similar situation, was trying to determine something about like faith and religion, and then rolled a natural 1, and then determined the gods don't exist.
Just decided the gods don't exist?
And they were a cleric.
Oh no. Man. That's the risks you weigh, I guess.
That's kind of what you do when you do D&D, and you gotta roleplay your ones.
Man, ones are like, even as a DM, like ones are hard to deal with sometimes. Like,
you think so?
So, you're oddly excited as a DM to deal with a 1. But you can also just completely ruin the campaign if you overplay the ones or if you underplay the ones. Like, I feel very stressed out to match energy.
I'll say that here's a DM tip I'll tell you. If you're just always always make the ones not super bad, I say depending, but always oversell it.
Like, make it not so bad, but oversell it?
Basically, do a lot of pauses. Be like, okay, look. So, add the suspense. The one's still there, and then try to let them have their 1, but also be like, okay, give them a little bit of slack.
Have you ever had a party where you keep telling them what's around them, and that you're getting the impression that they just don't hear you?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they're in these woods. They're on a trail that cuts through the woods. Forest all around them. And this gnome runs away. Not gnome, God, what's the word I'm looking for? Either way, it runs away, and it runs into the woods. And my artificer is like, well, I'm gonna grab the fairy and I'm gonna throw her. And I'm like, that's a good idea, but you're gonna throw her into the trees to try to catch it, and it's already like most of the way gone. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, through the trees. Yeah. And I'm like, you're definitely gonna get disadvantage. Because, like, the plot line required this guy to get away. So, like, it was like one of those things where he's supposed to just not be able to be caught, but it's like, you don't want to just do that, you know?
No, I hear you.
So I was like, okay, well, roll with a disadvantage. And then he rolls like a 1. So I'm like, yeah, you're just gonna throw this poor little troll into this little gnome girl into a tree. Not gnome. I keep going back to gnome. Fairy girl into a tree. And it's like, well, I didn't think you should hit a tree. And it's like, well, I told you that it ran into the trees like 4 times.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it is an interesting thing to like work with, but just if you feel like maybe at a certain point you don't feel like dealing with or you don't want your players rather to have as a severity of a 1, you can just oversell it, but then try to like tone it down like in actuality.
So I try to
Does that
keep,
make sense?
yeah, I mean, like, I try to keep ones kind of like, there's a possibility you're hurting yourself. It's kind of like confusion in Pokemon. I don't want it to do a lot of damage to you or anything like that, but I want it to be silly and fun. And
Well, see, here's the thing.
real quick though,
I'll say this: if it's like a big deal and you get like a 1, what I'll do to like kind of give like a chance is I'll roll severity.
Rolling severity is a good idea. Like, you're failing hard, but how severely hard?
I actually have a story about that, but I'll get to that in a second.
Yep. I'm gonna real quick end my stream. So anybody who's here, don't forget to like and subscribe, or is it follow or subscribe? Subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Subscribe, follow, and there you go.
Comment.
Comment. There you go.
Bye.